Good morning, you're watching Hornbill TV. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman on Tuesday presented the first budget of the Modi 3.0 government. This is the first full budget of the government post-elections with no major changes announced in the interim budget. In line with government's focus on simplifying taxes, improving taxpayer services and providing tax certainty and reduce the litigation, we will now have a look at how this new budget will be affecting the public and the economy of the nation in the days to come. We'll have an overview and an insight of the new budget from our co-anchor, Mr. Akivito, who will be joining us and giving us an insight. Hello.
Good morning.
Hello.
Hello. Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes. Hello, Aki. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, Akivito, what are the main key takeaways of this new budget that has been presented yesterday?
All right. Good morning, Lee. Well, the whole country was awaiting the budget session because this is the first budget of the new government, and this budget will also oversee the financial aspect of what the government is keen on improving. Well, after a long budget session and the first in the monsoon session, well, after reading and after reviewing a lot of people's opinion, well, I think half of the population or majority of the population will agree that this year's budget was not as expected as the normal or the middle class families were expecting. Well, if you look at Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman's speech, well, this present budget for 24-25 has been aimed at from 9 pillars in which infrastructure development, women empowerment have been one of the key and core issues in focusing on this year's budget. If you look at the capital expenditure, well, 11.11 lakh crores have been allocated for capital expenditure. If you look at it, around 3 lakh crore has been allocated for women empowerment. And on the other aspect of it, the agriculture sector would be getting about 1.52 lakh crores, and 2.26 has been dedicated for rural development. Well, if you look at the salaried class people, well, the new income tax slabs have come out in which the government has reduced taxation by another 25,000. So, in the new tax slab, people earning income up to 3 lakhs per annum will not be taxable under the TDS scheme, and the rates have gone up from 3 lakhs to 7 lakh per annum. They'll be getting taxed at about 5%, and people earning above 15 lakh will be taxed at 30%. So that sees that side, and also a lot has been allocated for coalition politics. Well, when the monsoon session began, Andhra Pradesh and Bihar were actually looking to be getting special status by the central government, but that was has been put down as the central government has not announced any special status for the states of Bihar and Andhra Pradesh. But well, that didn't seem to dampen the mood of the RJD and the TDP, well, because they got the lion's share of this year's budget. Well, around 26,000 crores has been allocated to Bihar, in which the focus is there on the Purvodaya project, which is existing, and that aims to help in setting up this project. And if you look at other aspects of it, 11,500 crores has also been additionally kept aside for the state of Bihar, and that has been allocated for flood relief work. Well, on the other hand, around 15,000 crores has been allocated for Andhra Pradesh. So TDP's Chandrababu Naidu will be pretty pleased that the centre has given a separate allocation for the states. Well, if you look at the opposition INDIA bloc, well, today they are going to be holding a protest on the budget, and their main allegation is that a lot of states have been overlooked. Well, the states in which the India bloc is ruling have literally been neglected, and that is the allegations, due to which today they plan on holding a protest outside the parliament during the budget session. They will not be attending the sessions. That is what has been reported by other news agencies too. So, but all the BJP leaders have called this a budget for Atmanirbhar Bharat and Viksit Bharat 2047. That is the aim of PM Modi, and the budget aims in facilitating the continuous growth towards the Vision 2047. So those were some of the key takeaways, Lee.
So, Mr. Aki, are there some specific things that the budget mentions for MSMEs or in the corporate sector or for the unemployed youth of the nation? Is there anything that is mentioned in the new budget that should be considered as either a big play, like to uplift the new generation of new employees, or is there something that has been mentioned?
One of the key focuses of this year's budget is also skill development and also creating workforce and creating employment. In this sector, the center has come up with a new initiative in which it aims to affect 2.1 lakh youths, in which these first time employees will be getting a 15,000 direct benefit transfer, and they will be receiving it in 3 installments, well, with a minimum salary cap of 1 lakh per annum. Well, that aims to affect 2.1 lakh new employees. Well, on the other hand, Provident Fund, this year's employment, and especially looking at the salaried class and the employment sector, well, the Provident Fund has been one focus in which the central government is really trying to bring this cluster of workforce under the EPFO, in which the center will give the first Provident Fund of the month of the new employee, and that is another benefit that the employees are getting. Well, there are 3 new schemes when it comes to job creation. Scheme A talks about the Provident Fund, in which 1 month will be provided, 1 month of Provident Fund will be provided by the center. The second, Scheme B, is in which job creation has been energized into the manufacturing unit, and also this new budget aims to also help not only employees but also employers by reducing certain benefits and certain tax cuts. Well, in that aspect, Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman has said that with the new tax slab and the new salary tax slab, well, an employee can save about 17,500. So those are some of the pointers that Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman had given yesterday. So that will be highly looked upon, and whether this new initiative or this move to actually help the new workforce and the workforce that is already existing will, whether that will be a boon for the employees, that is a question that we'll have to wait for time.
So before we wind up this this small conversation that we have, but before we wind it up, there's a small question that I want to ask you, that whether in your opinion or according to your judgment and your analysis, whether this new budget is better than the old budgets, or is it worse? It's just going for the worse, and if it's going to have a positive impact on the economy of the country.
Well, Lee, when we had several industrialists stating that this budget is pro-poor and pro-woman, well, but then on the other aspect of it, if you look at the normal citizen, well, they say that they will not get any benefits, or they will not be getting so many benefits as they had expected. Well, the government is trying to maintain a fiscal rate of about 4.5%. Well, it's been pinpointed at 4.9% at the moment, so that is the aim. But then at the ground level, a lot of people, the Aam Aadmi people or the common man, they don't seem to be too happy or energized or excited about the new budget.
Okay, thank you so much for your insight on this topic, Mr. Aki. And whatever, and furthermore, as we go on with the more budget proceedings, we'll bring to you the latest news as the news progresses on. For more news and updates, always keep watching Hornbill TV.
Cultural sustainability is an important issue that often gets overlooked. It refers to the idea of preserving and sustaining traditional cultures in the face of globalization and modernization. Sustainable tourism, alternatively, promises not only to support economic development in destinations, but also to facilitate cultural and environmental conservation in heritage sites around the world. Tourism has not always been the most sustainable endeavor. Some forms of tourism have even led to culturally and environmentally abusive and exploitative practices, from polluting to poaching. The World Tourism Organization defines sustainable tourism as tourism that takes full account of its current and future economic, social, and environmental impacts, addressing the needs of the visitors, the industry, the environment, and host communities. Nagaland is also a hub of